Hello, platypus people. It's me once again here with another one of my Handicapped Helper episodes, trying to come up with something. So, I've had an interesting day. I've been on the phone with my lawyer. I actually have a lawyer now. Really cool. I learned a lot about the whole process of disability denials from long term disability to SSDI, what's involved in the waiting period, and what usually constitutes a denial, and when to seek counsel, and when you're basically out of luck. But when you do have, basically, it's in favor. The laws here, at least in North Carolina, are in favor of the Lincoln in this case until my hearing, and then if my hearing goes in my favor, then I have pretty good strength to my case to go after them for recourse to recoup my, um, past monies that they owe me. But it's a long road, so I'm not going to be getting anything anytime soon. So I've got a lot of time on my hands to keep kind of positive best I can, coming up with some cool things. I am getting some nice feedback from people. I really appreciate everything. It means a lot to me. Anyway, so today I've had another interesting day when it comes to pain and phantom pain and pain control. And when my doctor is out of town, the guy that handles my pain management, because um, I have not, because of phantom pain, the nature of my situation, there's really nothing a pain management clinic can really do for me, except for writing a script for Percocets or Vicodin or something like that, or Dilaudid. I was on that for a long time. Don't take that anymore. And my doc's been out of town for a while, and it's all good. So I haven't had a script for over a week, and I'm not in any withdrawals or anything like that. That usually comes from abuse. Um, you're seeking, that feeling that is associated with the opioids. I guess why people become addicted to them. There is a difference between addiction and chemical dependency or physical dependency. That can happen to anyone over time, but addiction's different. Addiction is craving. You get your script and they're done in 4 days, and it's supposed to be a week's supply because you like to party on them, and then you run out, and you're calling people, or you're seeking alternatives, or buying drugs on the street, or using natural alternatives, which I'm going to do a whole episode on. I'm not even going to get into it right now, although I'm leaning heavily on legal alternatives right now. Some of them are in the news recently. Some of them you may not have heard of. There's probably some alternatives that only like hippies have ever heard of. Like really old school, like dandelion tea or something like that. But that's a whole other episode, because that's been a hobby and a fascination of mine for years, like gardening and prepping and just survivalist. And so this whole thing is kind of a shock to me on so many different levels. But back to pain management. So at this point, I'm almost addressing this as well to the person who's disabled, but just as much to their caregivers and their friends, because the other day I was able to get my hands on this. This is a harm reduction kit that was given out by a mobile unit based out of our hospital here in our county, as Narcan in it. I'm sure everyone's heard of Narcan before. And it came with some literature, and it tells you how to seek help, signs of an overdose, which is important. We're going to review that actually. Some more stuff about the Good Samaritan law. That's another important thing. Like basically, you're not going to get into legal trouble if you Narcan someone. And there's a business card, and then actually you have this is what EMS uses. And I'm going to show you the difference. So that's the plan for today. So once again, I appreciate all the feedback, man. You guys give me strength to do this. So harm reduction. I've actually been involved in this in the past through my community college. We assembled harm reduction kits. We gave them away, no questions asked. If you're an opiate patient, you've probably had a discussion, signed some paperwork, and you probably may even have Narcan at your home, your caregiver. It's a good idea to have. But there's a time to use Narcan, and there's a time not to use Narcan. And when to know when and not shouldn't scare you. Always err on the side of caution. Definitely always use it when in doubt. But try try to wake the patient up. If they're breathing normally and they're just in a deep sleep and you don't see any other signs of like gurgling or gasping for air, they're turning blue or pale, or it's a sternal rub. That's what we used to do, and it's called painful stimuli. And that's, it's polite. You're not slapping anyone. Although I may or may not have done that in the past. But it's a sternal rub. It usually gets people's attention because, the thing about Narcan is, I'm not going to get into the pharmacology of it, but it basically interrupts the opioid connecting to the brain receptor, and it gets in the way, and it stops the opioid from doing what it does, which is kill the pain, but it also slows your breathing down, respiratory depression. So the Narcan will save your life, definitely, but it cuts off the opioids. So you've probably heard the stories where the cop said he Narcan the guy and he got up swinging. I've never seen that, but I see people quickly come around from Narcan. Regardless, when in doubt, break it out and use it, and it's really easy. I have never used a consumer one before. I've always used the paramedic ones. It's the same drug, it's the exact same dosage, but let me show you how to do it. This is my first time doing this. I got a little disappointment for you though. I'm not going to be sticking it up my own nose. Nope, sorry. I found this in the closet. Say hello. I didn't paint the eyes. It's a wig holder I found, so it's going to be our victim. Okay, so anyway, you walk in on somebody and you notice that they're sleeping kind of oddly, and there may be some drool or spit. They may not be breathing. They may be gasping, like agonal breathing. There may be empty pills next to them. There may be a jar. There may be alcohol or other substances. The little, spidey senses go off. It's time for the Narcan. You happen to know where it is because it's a good idea to have it on hand if you're a patient who uses opioids. Another thing too, this will work on pets. Your dog or your cat gets hold of your pills, it will work, and stick it right up their nose. Anyway, here's the box. Directions on the back. I'll read the front. Original prescription strength, easy to use, can save a life. Yes, Narcan, naloxone, HCI nasal spray, 4 milligrams, the same dose we used in EMS. Emergency treatment of opioid overdose, designed to rapidly reverse the effects of a life-threatening opioid emergency. 2 single-dose spray nasal devices for nose only. Up the nair. I used to love that word. Anyway, so let's open it up, see what we got. Rip it open. All right, we got 2 packages inside. There's the box. I'm going to put that off here for now. We'll get back to that later. So they come in these little foil packets. See, there's Narcan. So it's this little device. Again, first time I'm opening this. I have no idea. What do we do? First thing, enter an emergency. Call for help. Open it up, right? Rip it open. Don't worry about the mess. The paramedics will clean it up. Directions. Unfold for directions. Okay? Probably don't want to read right now. So let's just get right to it. Read that later. It's not a bad idea, actually, to open one of these, not use it, but read the instructions. So let's figure this out. I just took this out. This goes up the nose. I don't see any safety cover on it. So what does it say to do? For use in the nose only. Okay. Back to the box. Put this here for y'all to see it. Yay. Okay. Check if you suspect an overdose. Check for a suspected overdose. The person will not wake up or is very sleepy or not breathing well. Yell, wake up. Shake the person gently. If the person is not awake, go to step 2. Step 2, give 1 dose in the nose. Hold the nasal spray device with your thumb on the button of the bottom of the plunger. I'd imagine that's that point right there. And you stick it in the nostril, up the nair, and you press the plunger firmly to give the first dose One nasal spray device contains one dose. Step 3, call 911. So I gave you a bad mistake. I got confused. I used to teach CPR class, right? And as a provider as well as an instructor, and it was so funny taking the class. And one of the steps was, what do you do next? And it was call 911. And if you didn't say that after you did the whole scenario perfectly, they would say, but you failed. You didn't activate 911. And when we would say, I'm sorry, ma'am, I forgot. We are 911. Somebody already called us. Sorry. Leave me alone. It's been a long day. Anyway, back to the Narcan. So we got this little thing. We got the nose. Patient's laying there. Hey, yo, bud, wake up. Hey, bud, wake up. He's not waking up. Another thing, look at the pupils. They will be pinpoint. They will just be like little teeny pin pupils. That's another sign. I'm not going to get into jaw thrust, CPR. That's a whole other thing. I'll do a show on it though if I can get one of the CPR dolls. Anyway, so you just stick it in the nostril. I can't see this on camera. Right in the nose with your. It'll be in your thumb, up the nose, and see if I can get this. You see it like that, right up the nose. See that mist? I hope I got that on camera. I don't want to waste another one. If I do, I'll film another video. So anyway, up the nose. Give a second. You don't have to do any rescue breaths. Definitely stimuli. Like, yo, Bo, man, I just had the Narcan. You man, get up. If they're breathing or starting to breathe, just give it a little time. Don't hit them right away with the other one. But keep it handy, because the thing with opioids, and this is a big problem we had with EMS when people, we Narcan them and they would refuse transfer to the hospital. Narcan wears off quicker than the opioids do. So keep that in mind. So if you have to administer it, you really want to seek help, because a lot of people are like, oh, no, thanks, man. Thanks for the Narcan. I won't do that again. So yeah, I wouldn't. If you use it, really talk them into going to the hospital, because they just had a second chance and they don't know it. And most people agree to go it. We had a weird thing. If we couldn't, we can't force you to go. You have to. Just drop my microphone. Hold on a second. This is the joys of being with one leg. You gotta lean weird. Hope that didn't mess up the audio. Anyway, people would refuse transport. That's their right. Please sign my refusal. Little tablet, GTAC computer. But I tell you what, if we catch you, we have to come back again on this shift. You're coming with us. If we gotta have the cops, so be it. A lot of times, you don't want to hit someone too hard with Narcan as a paramedic, and there's a lot of reasons for it. But for this conversation, you really want to use it when in doubt, because you could save a life, and this is your loved one you're talking about. I mean, I would do this for total strangers, but loved ones, man, just keep your cool too, because it's gonna work. It works. Trust me. I know it's freaky, but anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope everything worked. If not, I really appreciate all the help and support I'm getting from everyone. And yeah, so the platypus people. Yeah, I like that little nickname I came up with. It's kind of my Handicapped Helper thing. I keep it staying. Instead of my channel, I just said, yeah, I'm doing this Handicapped Helper show. I like it. Later, people.